What's up everybody, thank you so much for all your fantastic submissions. This video was so much fun to make, and that's only because of all the great music we received. Yes, it's long, but I think it will be worth your time. Basically, I tried to orchestrate 3 of your short pieces of music, but I do it in the style of Zach Heyde. In the next few days, there's also going to be a more uncut version of us, comparing sessions and more stuff like that, so stay tuned for it. As always, all the session files of what you see me working on during the video, but also my actual orchestrations are already available to download on my Patreon, so let's start with the video. So I'm kind of scared to get started on this because I know I will screw up really badly, and I don't know what I'm got myself into, but I don't know, I suppose we can try, yes. And I listened to a little bit of his music and I got a rough idea of some of the things that he likes, I think, at least. And yeah, let's give it a try. So let's start with the action one because I think it's gonna be the simpler one. Let's start by playing the sketch by Christian Escobar. Really good job, by the way. What I like about this is the simplicity, sitting on a pedal tone most of the time with a couple of simple chord changes. So you heard the sketch, now I'm gonna play you my version. Zach doesn't know what I did. And then I suppose we could get started on the impression. So yeah, I mean, usual stuff. I didn't want to get too original, otherwise he would never be able to guess what I do. So what I think Zach will be doing is something somewhat similar. I think it's gonna follow the sketch quite closely. I think more closely actually than myself. So we could grab a couple of elements from here. I think it's going to be using the French horns as well for the melody because it's a good register. I think he may be doubling with the trumpets on the second half. I'm not sure about that though. And what I think he will be doing, the main difference, the core difference with mine, is going to be, I think, percussion. Let's start with the melody actually. Since I already did this, I suppose I could just grab a couple of elements from my version, like so. What I think in terms of performance, what I think he will be doing is probably something a little bit more bombastic than myself. I tend to kind of save dynamics, and I think his music tends to be a little bit louder than mine, so I suppose we could just grab these and just pull them up a bit, see how they sound. Yeah, we said he would probably be focusing a little bit more on percussion, so it would be maybe a good idea to establish a rhythm or something of that sort. And then also I'm gonna grab these and just move them to a lower octave. I never use these ensemble patches. I think he will be using some ensemble patches. So I think he will be probably mirroring this rhythm on some percussion, as I said, like snares, something like that. Let's give it a try. For sure, it's not just going to have the music start from nothing, so I think it's probably going to do like a timpani roll at the very beginning, which is not dissimilar from what I would do myself. And let's do like a little crescendo on the timpani as well. And then we can probably just go ahead and paste this for the second half of the section as well. A crash at the beginning for sure. Maybe a bass drum as well. Pretty good. And I think for the rest of the section, he's not gonna do much else, but I think we could add some percussion. I don't have any like good ones. I think he uses damage or something, but this would have to make do. Let's try some toms or something like that. A bit messy, yeah. Well, let's just quantize this. I've done some flams though. Man, these instruments with latency and stuff. Yeah, let's get rid of the flams. Yeah, that's fine. We don't need the flams. Okay, so we need some lower stuff now. I really don't know if he will be doing this. Yeah, sounds pretty good though. I like it. I like it. Actually, I'm thinking about adding some rolls maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I did some stuff in the middle that I didn't really like. For example, we can delete them. We can probably just go ahead and paste this for the second half of the section, like so. These percussions are not punchy enough. Maybe like an EQ would do. I'm wondering if a regular drum kit would do. Let me to your drummer garage kit. You see, the problem with the Spitfire ones is they sound amazing, but they have a lot of room, and we kind of need something that is a little bit, sounding a little bit closer. I don't know, let's give it a try. It might sound terrible. You see, it's adding a little bit more definition. What should we do with the rest of the instruments? I think he may be doing like a Brahms or something. Not dissimilar to what he did, but I did it on beat 2. I think he will be doing it on beat 1 on some really low stuff. Yeah. Okay, I don't think he will be doing much else for this part of the piece. Probably some runs on the woods over here. We still need to add that counter melody that we have over here in the sketch. I think he's probably going to be doing something on trumpets, not dissimilar to what I did. Let's say maybe just change a couple of notes. I put some spice in there. Yeah. You see, we need to change that chord. What else can we do? I said some runs, right? On the woods. And maybe one more run at the end. Ooh, that was pretty cool. I wish I did that for mine. Also, we kind of need to accent them on the harp. And that's an orchestration thing. I'm certain he would do it the same way as me. And also some crashes and stuff. Yep, pretty good. Timpani rolls. We kind of need to push that trumpet a bit more, because the rest is very flamboyant. I think it would probably be a good idea to add something on the tenor trombones as well. I mean, I suppose we could just copy and paste this, right? Honestly, that sounds pretty bad. I think I may just change something. That didn't work. I'm just gonna mirror the rhythm that we have in the strings, and then they will be kind of picking up the melody, the trumpet melody that we have on the top, maybe doubling an octave down or something like that. It's a common orchestration. I'm gonna grab these two trumpets and then just copy, paste an octave down. No way I'm gonna get this right. No way. Am I being excessive with the low monster brass thing? It's a bit unnatural. Oh, actually, that's better already. Very good. So I think I'm just gonna copy and paste this. We need to change the ending because we have some different chords, but otherwise we should be good to go, I think. And I don't think it will be doing much with the words. And what I think is going to do for the second half of the section is probably just maybe mirror those stabs that we have you know, that rhythm that we have in the strings on trumpets. That's a bit of a gamble, I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna sound pretty cool. So let's do that maybe. So what I want to do is probably just add a violin to double the trumpet counterline that we have over here. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yep, I like it. I don't think he will be using woods in the same row, you know? Sounds pretty cool though. Should we leave them in? Sounds very full. So yeah, that would be pretty much it. I think all we need to do right now is just grab that trumpet counterline that we have at the end. And just like before, I think we'll be doubling that line on the violins. And also, let's do the very same thing we did before with the trombones. So let's grab those. Yeah, so we can just probably do like a swell, like a big swell at the end, ending on the tonic or something like that. Very original. Ended it the same way as mine. Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna be doing something quite predictable as well over there. I don't think it's gonna try and be original. And I'm just gonna grab this and paste this across a bunch of different octaves. So yeah, like that. Yep, that's pretty good. And honestly, I don't know what else to add. So actually, I do know what we need to add. We need to add the same runs that we had before, right? I think we can do something cooler than that, actually. Yeah, that's pretty safe. That's pretty much it. I think all we need to do now is a couple of crashes and stuff. So yep, that would be pretty much everything for this one. I might tweak a couple of things off camera, just, you know, make the mock-up a little bit better. But let's play it for Zach and see what he thinks about it. I hope you're not gonna get offended. Okay, here it goes.
All right, here's how I did mine. You were really close, dude.
I think actually your version is much closer to mine, you know, my actual orchestration.
Well, that was one thing that was kind of funny. So, like, after I did, like, my orchestrations, then I would go to do yours, and I was like, I would, like, change it dramatically.
Because I just thought you would go for a more epic kind of, you know, vibe with some drums and, like, percussion and stuff. But
I thought about it. I mean, I thought yours was super similar to mine. I did French horn for the lead. I did, you know, strings carrying the ostinato. Did a lot of those wind runs that you did.
I was wondering what you did with brass.
Melody in the horns, I think I just kind of da-da-da-da for trombones, just pushing out, and then just had trumpets do counter melody. I was trying to get that, he had that like clashy harmony at the end, so I had the trombones carry that for the most part.
Oh, yeah. I had that.
Yeah. That was pretty much it.
Okay, so for the second piece, we have an adventure-like kind of thing. Beautiful sketch by Ed Genovese. Let's start by playing that. Very nice chords. He's doing a lot of the things that I like, you know, a lot of thirds in the bass. And here's my version. I'm gonna play it very briefly and then we'll get started on Zach's. So yeah, if you're familiar with my music, is, you know, usual stuff. Took some liberties, added a little counter melody at the end, but yeah, otherwise it's pretty, you know, usual stuff for me. And what I think Zach will be doing is quite different from my version. This may be a wild guess, yeah, but I think it's gonna be like a very big build up throughout the entire thing. And I think it's going to start with something pretty light and probably on the woodwinds or something like that. So let's grab a flute patch and record the melody. I think it's gonna keep it pretty light with something on the strings, you know, some spiccato or something like that, kind of following the shape of the melody and the progression as well. Crescendo to that big swell at the end. I'm gonna add a third voice. Okay, so let's just mute the sketch just to get a feel of what we have done and add some pits. Copy paste on a double bass, move it an octave lower the dynamics a bit, change the articulation. What I think he will be doing is probably something with the choir. I think he really likes the choir, but I think he likes a choir with a lot of vibrato and kind of powerful. I just don't have that kind of samples, and it's gonna sound terrible if I do that. What I'm going to do instead as an approximation, particularly, you know, for the beginning of the piece, which needs to be lighter in mood, I think I'm gonna do something with the horns following the same overall shape of the strings. Yeah, and we need to do some harmonies and such. There we go. That's pretty much it. I said for the previous piece that I think he likes percussion, and I think he's going to use it to do like some kind of rhythm and accents and something like that, but he's going to keep it quite light if he does. And I think I would use like a tambourine or something of that sort. And probably just to give it a slightly more magical kind of vibe, just kind of accenting, you know, some of the, you know, we have some natural accents in the ostinato thingy in the strings. We could kind of mirror that on a couple of instruments, maybe like a triangle or something on brass or strings. I don't know. Let's try with the triangle first. And yeah, let's try with a woodwind ensemble or something. Basically just play the same accents that we have on triangle. And also, since it's a little bit bare at the moment. I think we could try something on some other percussion instruments like harp or something like that. Okay, so that was the harp. We can probably just go ahead and bass this Celeste and move it an octave higher. Also, I think it's probably gonna accent this little phrase. Like myself, but probably in a different way, maybe with some more words. Okay, and more percussion, maybe like a Glock and some tubular bells, something, you know, twinkly. I can't think of much else to do at the beginning right now. So let's try and figure out this ending. We said we would do like a big swell. So we're definitely going to finish that melody on the strings. And then I'm just gonna grab this and copy, paste, move octaves, you know. So 3 octaves on strings, and now I'm gonna grab a cello and play some chords. Okay, and the same thing on the double bass. Similarly, we're going to do something on the brass. So let's speed this up a bit just to get a better feel of the music. Bass trombone as well. Same thing on the tuba, so just copy, paste. What we really need right now though is some trumpets that I think he will save for the very end. And finish the phrase on the rest of the words as well, some clarinets. I think what I want to do, you know, polish the percussion a little bit. I think we may need to add something else for the second half of the piece, maybe like a snare or something like that. Just a big cymbal swell. And then some timpani hits. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And one tiny thing we may think about doing is just doing like a little pickup, maybe at the beginning. I don't think he's going to like starting just, you know, out of nowhere. Sounds pretty good. And also let's do a crash. And maybe like a harp thing. And we said we would do a rip as well, so I think I want to add like a stab. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with everything. It doesn't sound very much like Zach, to be honest, but that's the best I could do. I really think I want to give it a try on the choir though, because I'm sure, like, I'm like 100% sure he will be doing something with the choir here. So maybe just doing something safe. I don't know, something simple right here, right at the end, like a swell. So let's try that. You see, when I said that this is not the right kind of choir for these sorts of things, that's what I meant. And there isn't too much that I can do about it. The only thing I think I can think of right now that we haven't done yet could be like a mark tree. I think Zach is going to be going for a magical adventure-like kind of vibe, and that could help a bit. So let me grab a Mark III patch, but otherwise that's pretty much everything. What I thought you would do for the adventure one is basically like a long kind of build up.
You cheated.
I guess I'll play it.
I know exactly why you thought I would do this. I
sorry,
knew I'd like your
doesn't...
orchestrations better than mine, dude. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Did you do it this way because was it a Cantrip Candles video?
Yes.
Yeah. I can hear it. I can hear. It's funny that I know what you used as inspiration. I didn't use percussion. If I had, I suppose if I'd been composing it this way, I would have.
That's really cool.
You're spot on about the choir, though. I used the choir, I think, exactly the spot that you had it come in. I love what you did with the percussion. That literally sounds like a percussion track off of my music. So that's, yeah.
I didn't get this though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you won the assignment more than me on that.
So for the last style, we had Mysterious. Here's my session of my orchestration. And I have to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what Zach is going to do for this. This is the trickiest one so far, and that's why I left it last. You see exactly what I mean as I play the wonderful sketch by Jesse Merivirta. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. Yeah, it's really cool stuff, but it's also quite tricky to orchestrate. And I have done some experimentation on my own off camera because it was absolutely necessary for this. I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. I have a rough idea, but I guess we'll see later. So let me start once again by playing the sketch by Jesse Merivirta. This is honestly amazing, really cool stuff. Everything about it is cool, you know, the chords, the vibe. And here's my arrangement. I went with something quite different, quite modern. Yeah, so something kind of lo-fi, you know. I don't think Zach is ever going to be able to guess this. I don't know, maybe he will. He knows I'm a guitarist and that I like weird stuff. So I don't know, I guess we'll see. So I'm going to have to open up a different session for this because obviously, as you can see, this Logic session is quite a mess and I don't want to mess with it too much. Plus, I've already prepared a couple of things off camera, as I said before, so let me do that. Now, all I know is that Zach spent quite a bit of time on this. He told me himself. And I don't think it's gonna go for like a traditional kind of orchestration or anything like that. I think it's gonna go for something a little bit more hybrid, with a couple of synths and some effects and something similar to what I did at least in terms of, you know, sensibility. And what you didn't see me do was basically just kind of browsing sounds and trying to find a few things. And I found a couple of things I like. I like this bass. I made it myself, actually. something we could use. I don't know, I guess we'll see. And this little clicky thing, and also this granular texture I really like. I like this synth Celeste. And what you see here is just a couple of things I made with you know, some white noise and basically reversed cymbals. So basically this is just a reversed cymbal, yeah, with a tremolo kind of effect. I've seen him do stuff like this in the past, and I think he might attempt, you know, like a more grooved bass kind of arrangement, and obviously a couple of reversed cymbals. So that's a reversed piano actually, and a reversed cymbal. I think he's gonna do something with the harp, so I've loaded up an instance of his own, you know, VST harp. He made it himself. And if he's using a harp, he's certainly going to use that. So I don't think we can get any closer. And other than that, I think that's about it. Let's get started. I don't think he's gonna be doing that arpeggiation that we had on the piano on anything other than harp and Celeste, and maybe some other pianos as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy paste the sketch. Let's have a quick listen to how that sounds. We might have to tweak a couple of dynamics and such. Obviously a lot of reverb, yeah. I think it's gonna go with something quite spacey. Something I've seen him do in the past is doing harp and Celeste in playing in octaves. So I think he might go that route. That's pretty cool. I like this. And that little melodic line could go well on orchestral instruments such as English horn and maybe some strings later on. I think he might attempt to accent some of these notes on like a synth-based instrument, like the synth Celeste, for example. Okay, what I want to do right now is maybe build on this groove. I don't think he's gonna do much else with the orchestral instruments, to be honest, and I don't think he's gonna create too many parts. He might go for a cool kind of vibe, but other than that, I don't think he's going to do much else. So let's start with the bass. I made some notes of things I think he might try. I think we could try with some pizza and coleño. And that's just going to repeat. So I'm just gonna quantize and loop it. So let's add some booms and stuff like that. I don't know what kind of sound he would use, but this would have to make do. I know for a fact he's not gonna try and repeat this every 2 bars, so we can just maybe make it loop every 4. And something else, maybe some higher toms. Yeah, like some sticks or something. Okay, pretty good. Also, I'm thinking, just like any other piece, I think is gonna start with a pickup. So let's do like a 5-to-1. Yeah, I like that. And let's add some lower toms as well. Maybe just to accent, you know, beat 1 every 4 bars or something. Something else I want to try, maybe some clicky things. I think it's a bit too high. I think we can pitch it down or something. I think we should be pretty much good to go with the groove. Something I'm thinking now though is maybe like a bass drop or something. Bounce in place. And then I'm gonna chop them up, pitch it down an octave. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Apply some fades. If you right click, you can click on slow down. You can basically do like a bass drop. Bit some distortion or something. Maybe accentuate that little melody, you know, the part that we have in the synth Celeste on strings. Yep, copy, paste this, move it down an octave on the viola. That sounds pretty good, but I think it needs more reverb. It doesn't necessarily sound mysterious right now. So if we can manage to make it more distant. Yeah, that's better. So let me just try something on the cellos, something kind of low, and maybe something else on the violins as well. And yep, copy, paste on the double basses. I think I want to try like an ostinato kind of thing on the violins. Doesn't matter that I'm already busy playing. This is too hard to play. What I think I'm gonna do is just kind of write it in. So basically, I don't know. I think I might edit that part out because it took a while to find the right notes. What I did is just change a bunch of notes. And what I think I'm gonna do right now is just do some swells following the overall shape that we have in the risers over here, like so. I quite like this, but I'm not like entirely happy with it. I don't know if this sounds like Zach. I may have done something that is entirely different from his version, but I don't know. Something I think I might try is some mallets, like marimba. Yeah, I don't know. It's very subtle. I don't know if you can even hear it. Okay, that would be pretty much it. I think it sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna make a couple of tweaks of camera, maybe do a little bit of mixing. I think this requires a little bit more mixing than the other two, you know, pieces of music, but otherwise that will be it, I guess. I feel bad.
Why? I over-orchestrate, I get it.
No, not for that.
Did you throw in a drum beat?
No. I was tempted though.
Nah, I wouldn't do a drum beat for this.
You wouldn't?
No.
Jesus. I did do a groove.
Did you?
Kind of, with some weird stuff I heard you doing in the past. I think you know what I mean as I played.
I'm excited now.
Jesus. I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. I know the one you used for this. You use electronics. That sounds like something I did for Saving Throw. I actually used, I think, the same instruments to lead mine.
That's amazing.
Thanks, man. I really like this one.
I honestly didn't think you would go with something orchestral.
I think you arranged these the way that I would actually do them if they were my pieces. I think I treated this as if I still, in the back of my head, knew it was somebody else's music and was trying to do it the way I thought they wanted it. I feel like you'd get the A for the homework assignment because I feel like you did it the way that I would really do it.
I don't know, but sounds completely different though.
Well, I did English horn as the lead. You're right about that. I do have harp carrying the little ostinato pattern.
At least that I got. I use your harp, actually.
Oh, really? I think I did too.
I have his VST, so I'm like 50% of the way, you know?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? For all users, all people watching this video, there's a 20% discount. I think that was going to do what you did at the end of yours, where you pulled the strings up the octave. I was going to do that, and then I don't remember why I did.
Obviously, a lot of my conversation with Zach got cut because the video was getting, quite long. But we will be sharing, a more uncut version of us comparing sessions and such, in the next few days. Zach will be doing exactly the same thing over on his channel, but more from his perspective of how he thinks I orchestrate. Once again, if you're interested in the files, you can grab those on my Patreon. If you want to know more about composition in general, check out my course, 20th Century Orchestral Writing. Thank you so much for watching and for all the great submissions. Head over to Zach's channel to check out his part of the video. Like our videos and subscribe if you're new. Sorry for all the plugs, and I suppose I'll see you very soon. Bye.